In this lesson, we are going to learn about creating and initializing provider. The provider package is used for state management in Flutter development, and it provides various ways of listening to state changes and rebuilding UI. There is a ChangeNotifier extension which monitors the states and NotifyListener method for alerting the state changes. The provider package combines different states into a single provider class, providing simple management of states and clean codes. Now, let's dive into more details. Today we are going to learn about state management using provider package. In Flutter, aside from the app state, usually state is bound to a single widget, and we can change this state by using the stateful_widget class and calling the setState method. So if the state is bound to a single widget, you might think that it is impossible to share states among the other children in the same widget tree. But Flutter provides many different ways to achieve state management. Without using any packages, we can use callbacks and value changers to pass around the values set in each different widgets. But this method makes it very hard to track which value is declared here and where it is used. So we can use packages to help us with these difficulties, and among them, Provider is one of the best recommended package to use. Let's look at this sample code. One good thing about using Provider is that you can separate the UI from business logic. Here, the business logic consists of functions, variables, and methods involving back-end queries. In this way, we can make all the widgets into stateless widget, and as a result, our apps will run faster. So let's create a separate provider class with the class name authProvider and extend a class with ChangeNotifier. Here, the ChangeNotifier extension will work as a listener for the changes happening in the provider class. Next, let's call the NotifyListeners method at the end of each functions. The NotifyListeners will alarm the ChangeNotifier about the changes made to the provider. Now we are done with creating provider class, but we cannot use this provider right away without declaring and initializing it first. In the root of the code or inside the material app, let's declare and initialize our provider by using ChangeNotifier provider constructor. In the create property, set the authProvider class, and in the child property, set the display widget. Now, if we run the code, we can see that the provider is created correctly, and if not, then Flutter will throw errors or null value. Just for the reference, you only need to initialize provider once in any location, and if you want to reuse the same provider in another child widget, then call ChangeNotifier provider.value constructor and specify the existing provider. Now, try for yourself and see the results. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.